Hi guys, this video is a walkthrough on how to document for skilled nursing in the Allied Care mobile app. So first we'll get started. You'll log in to your Allied Care mobile app. You will click on your schedule to see who you're scheduled with. I'm going to go ahead and click on my schedule. Okay, so first that comes up is my patient. My patient's name will be at the top, Leslie Anderson. I will be under the info tab is the very first tab. This is the first tab that you'll see when you log in. You'll see an overview tab, care plan, progress notes, addendums, and so on. So we'll cover each of those tabs. So the very first thing, I'm going to see the hours that I'm to work and some visit information such as the patient's address. I'm going to go ahead and hit the green clock to clock in. I'll be prompted to take a COVID assessment. So you'll want to make sure that you do this, and also please remember that if you are experiencing any of these symptoms, that you are reporting this well before reporting to your client's home. Okay, location issue, I'm just gonna hit OK. That's just on my tablet I'm using for training. If you're clocking in at the patient's home, you shouldn't have that issue. Okay, so we are clocked in. So we're going to be able to tell that we're clocked in because it is now, the clock is now grayed out. The first clock is grayed out. You'll see the one next to it is red. And the top turned green. So the next tab we're going to look at is the overview. This tab contains these icons. These icons are risk icons, or any kind of alerts. They will alert any pertinent information. So the first is the house button. If I click on that house icon, it'll let me know that there's an environmental risk there. If I click on the flag, it's going to tell me the code status of the patient, if they're a flight risk, and so forth. If I touch the pet icon, it's going to let me know that they have a pet. The one that's grayed out, that one is pertaining to insurance. I click on the leaf, that's allergy, that will tell me the patient's allergies. And then the last one, infectious diseases, so it'll let you know what infectious diseases your patient has. The next tab we're going to look at is the care plan tab. You're going to want to look at these items whenever you clock in, because you want to make sure that you are looking at everything pertaining to your patient. So you're going to see here certain interventions that the patient will have here. These are going to be all things that the patient has to do in treatment items that they need. Some of these items might be required during your shift. Some of them may not, but this is their plan of care that shows you everything that they have. Under progress notes, this acts as a communication in between the staff caring for the patient. So any notes that are pertinent, anything, pertinent to pass on, can be added here. Addendums. If you click on the addendum and MD order button, the first thing that's going to pop up is the last order that was completed. So we see that this one was last completed on July 27th. It is a feeding order signed by the nurse who took it. If you need to put in an order, You'll go down to the bottom right hand corner and click on the pencil. When you click on the pencil, the addendum form will come up blank, and you'll be able to put in anything that you need to add here for your new order. So we're gonna say changed, and then you would put your new order here. So you would just complete this as if you would normally. Just going to go ahead and complete this. Type in the physician's name, and then employee signature. That's going to be the signature of the nurse who is initiating this order. So in order to sign it, you're going to go click on the pencil. The signature block will pop up, and then you can sign with your finger. Up at the top right hand corner, there's done. You'll click done. And at the very top right hand corner, you'll see submit. Oops. If it's a prescription from in the home, it's going to want the prescription number. If it's not, we'll say we want an MD signature, so sign by the MD. So you'll just fill this out exactly the way that you have done on paper. It'll just be electronic here in Elia Care. So we're going to go ahead and submit. So now this has been submitted. This form, now that it's been submitted, it will alert your nursing supervisor to look at it and approve it. Once that happens, then they will then be able to take this, and this will be able to be sent to the physician for signature. If you look up at the top right hand corner, I'm going to skip over these few items first, and I am going to look at form history. If I click on form history, it will show me the list of every order and or form that has been executed for the patient. So I'll be able to look at the history. If I look at the MD orders tab, addendum MD order button, and I click on that tab, that's only going to show me the last one that was completed. So if you want to see a list of all of them that have been completed, you'll click on you'll find form history towards the end here, and then you'll be able to see the list of all orders that have been completed. You can click on it, open it up, and review what has been done. So that is how you will complete an order. The next few items here are certain items that will be completed by the supervisor. This house rules can be completed by the supervisor. Infection report, also that will be completed by the nursing supervisor. Narrative incident report, this is what you as external field staff will submit in the event of an incident. You'll click on narrative incident report. You'll click on the blue circle with the plus sign at the bottom. This will pop up, and you will go ahead and complete this form, and then sign and submit. The form is also the same as what you have been doing. It's just going to be on here instead. The next tab we have our nurse's daily note. So you see there's not been one completed yet on this person. So we want to go ahead and complete it because we want to be able to chart our assessment and everything. So we're going to hit the plus sign at the bottom. And then this is going to walk us through the form. So the first questions it's going to ask us is, did we check any equipment? So we're going to say yes, we checked these items. Did we check our settings? So you're just going to go through and complete this form. You're going to basically do the same thing that you've been doing. I'm just going to type some stuff in here. Initial assessment. So this is going to go by the initial assessment, and then it's going to go hourly, so that you have plenty of places to chart your assessments. So does the patient appear safe? We're going to check that over. Yes. Did we obtain vitals? Yes. Did we obtain a pain scale? Did we any administered medications that we are doing right now? And then this goes on to our body system assessment. So you are just going to click each one of these and fill this form out. As you see, this is going to go through each body system. For the sake of time, I am not going to go through each one of these because as you click on them, you'll be able to see the drop downs and you'll be able to select the appropriate answer. So you'll see respiratory rate, any nursing interventions that were performed during hour 1. So this is all hour 1. This is hour 1. So this is your comprehensive assessment. Hour 2. Hour 3, 4, 5. So this goes on for up to 12 hours. That's typically our longest shift. At the very last page, you'll see here goals and caregiver teaching. So did the patient remain free of infection and injury? So you'll select what's applicable there, and then select any teaching. If there was no teaching, you'll put no teaching. If there is teaching that you performed, you can click on that, and then it will want you to describe what the teaching was. If they refused, then you won't be prompted to explain any further. When you click next, you'll go through this portion, and it will ask these items pertaining to the child going to school, if they went to school. And then your time in, time out, total hours, your name and title, your signature here, so this will be you, and then the parent's signature or the patient's signature would be here. So they'll write their signature and what their relationship was to the client. So, like I said, I'm not going to walk through how to complete this form. These items are you know, you'll select the drop downs that pertain to your patient. So you'll just complete these items that are needed. Though there are 12 hours worth of data to chart on, if it's not applicable, then you won't have to chart on that. Seizure records. So up here you'll see a seizure record. This will be showing the last one that was completed. For you to complete one, you'll go down to the bottom right hand corner. You will touch the blue circle with the pencil, and now there's a brand new blank for you to go ahead and fill out, and then you'll sign. Next, service tasks. So these are going to be your interventions. These are the interventions from your care plan that you'll be performing. So these are all the things that you are required to do. So what their diet is, if they have a flush, anything that they've got going on that needs completed during your shift is going to be here. So any forms that need completed are going to show 1 out of 1 form was completed. So there was an addendum that was filled out that we did. Any interventions, so as you see it's in red, 0 out of 14 was completed. So this program will not allow you to clock out of your shift until those 14 items have been charted on. So so what will happen is, if by chance you attempt to clock out and did not complete this, it will just prompt you to go back, and then you'll have to complete them. So there's 14 that we'll need to document. So to the left hand side you'll see these circles. You'll click on the circle and then it will turn green. If this is a intervention that you may perform multiple times, then if you look at the right hand corner at the bottom there, hit the plus sign, you can put here a comment, any comment, and then it will allow you to hit the plus sign and bring down another one. So if this is something, so we did our daylight feeding, you might type daylight, how much the patient had, and did they tolerate it well. Say we're doing the nighttime feeding. We're going to go ahead and click on that. Click the circle to the left hand side. That's going to grab that. You click on the little comment box here. So you can type in night feeding. You can add to it, how did the patient tolerate it, any little tidbits of information. This tube feeding, daylight. So in order to chart, you're just going to go down the line and you're going to click on the items. Click the circles to the left of the items. The circles to the right of these items are little comment bubbles. As you can see, it's a little bubble. So that's to put a comment. So you're going to click on all of these. So we have 12 out of 15 completed. Personal care items. So we completed this. We completed personal care. We gave our patient a shower. So now if we scroll back up, you can see here to the right of interventions, it says 15 out of 15. It is now green. Visit signature. This will be what the parent or the patient signs. So you will select, if the patient is a minor and they can't, then they're not able to, perhaps, then we'll say, well, they're not physically able to sign. Goals, as you see, there's 0 out of 3 here. You can click on these and add a comment. You can hit a comment for all of these. Now, when there is an asterisk beside it, it will require you to complete it. So it's going to require us to complete these. So now we have everything green. So we are finished. So there is no button to submit or show that you're finished with it. You'll just be able to see that everything is checked off green and you're good to go. It'll save automatically as you tab off. So as you see, we clicked on another tab, clicked back on it, everything's still completed on here. Form history, we already kind of went over that. That shows you all the forms or orders that have been completed. And then the medication tab. This medication tab right now, you guys will continue to utilize your paper Mars for meds and everything right now. If there are medications that the patient is taking, we will have them built in here to view. However, at this time, you won't be charting on them yet until we provide that directive. Over here in the last tab here, we have vitals. You're able to touch the vital here and add them. So click on capture vital, and then you'll be able to put on here what the vital sign was. The patient was lying down, and then any comments. Click submit, and now it captured our vital sign here. So we're going to go back through and just kind of go a brief overview here. So overview tab, again, these are pertinent alerts pertaining to the patient. Do they have pets? Are they a flight risk, fall risk? What allergies do they have? What is their code status? Things like that. Care plan, this is basically showing us what their care plan is. All of the items that the patient may need, even if they don't need them completed during your shift, everything that they're ordered is going to show here. Progress notes. So this is basically just showing you anything that was completed by a previous nurse. Okay, and then addendum MD order. Okay, this will, again, this is going to automatically bring you to the last one, not a blank one. So if you need to complete one, you'll have to go down to the bottom right-hand corner of that pencil, select that pencil, and it will bring up a blank for you to fill out and submit. Once you've completed that and submitted that one, then that order you just filled out, along with every other order and or form that's been completed, will then be viewable under form history. Narrative incident report, you'll fill out if you have an incident to report, and then your daily note, that's your flow sheet. This is your nurse's flow sheet. So again, in order to complete these things, you're going to go down to the bottom to the plus sign, click the plus sign, and go ahead and begin completing your nurse's note here. Seizure reports. If your patient has a seizure, you'll be able to complete that. Again, with the service tasks. These service tasks are required before you clock out. As I said before, if they're not completed, it just won't let you clock out. So it'll prompt you to go back and take a look at this and see what you've missed. So we're going to say that we're finished for the day. We're going to click on info to find our clock. We are going to touch the red clock. This location warning is going to pop up because I'm not in Erie, PA, for testing purposes. However, like I said, if you're at the location, the patient's location, then it won't give you that warning. So now we are officially clocked out. As you can see, the second clock is grayed out. So that concludes our training. Even if you're clocked out, you can see, just to go through again, you can still see these items. You'll still be able to see these items on here. These service tasks will be listed, but as you can see, they're going to look a little bit different. They're going to show that they've already been checked off. So there's no place for you to chart on them. Also notice at the top portion, Leslie Anderson's name is blue and no longer green. So just keep in mind, if you log in here and forget to clock in and go to try to do some things and you can't, you'll want to make sure that you're actually clocked in, because you're not going to be able, you'll be able to view things, but you won't be able to complete any forms or edit anything or document anything without being clocked in. All right, so that concludes our walkthrough for our skilled nursing patients.